So me and my boyfriend started dating in high school my junior year. So we already kind of knew each other before I had left. I knew him my whole life since we were little. Um, so yeah, so I knew him, but it never happened until my junior year, which was actually great because he like always treated me respectfully, and it was always like a friendship and a relationship at the same time. So we just felt like we could trust each other with everything. But I felt like that transition from him still being in high school to college, and me in college, is just like a lot of people thought we were just gonna separate and leave each other and not work things out, which I'm like, we didn't want to do that because I was like, it wasn't like I was gonna move across the state. I left like an hour and 30 minutes, so I was like, it's not really long distance if I was gonna come back and see my family all the time. So the way we thought of it, it was like the more we like talked things out and the more we communicated to each other, I felt like we both knew we could make it work, which we have. That's kind of how we did it. And during the week it was hard because I know like he would be busy and so would I, but it also helped because at the end of the day we both like came back to each other and we knew like we could talk to each other about a day, and it was healthy for me because I felt like I can like talk to somebody about what was going on throughout my day, or if something was stressing me. It wasn't really like I was being held back, if that makes sense, or neither was he. But at the same time, I was hard because we didn't have the same schedule, and I knew he didn't have as much freedom as I did because I could go out and do things. I had my phone with me compared to him. And so it just like sometimes I would forget that I was older and I already experienced more of the college life compared to him, which he like knows nothing about yet until next year. But I feel like as long as we communicated, it just helped a lot because it got to know each other like more as a person, which it wasn't all roses and rainbows because it was hard at times. Like it did get hard and it was frustrating because sometimes we didn't like stay on the same page. But I mean, at the end of the day, we ended up talking, and just like once we come back and like we actually are together like physically, it's like nothing ever like happened, and we're just like okay after talking about everything. But it can be hard, and I mean, I know I heard a lot of stories about girls that once they got to college and they had a relationship, like they left each other instantly. But I mean, like that's other people's lives compared to mine. So yeah. Advice I would say is like just talk to your significant other. I mean, that's what phones are for nowadays. Like you could talk and FaceTime, so it's really not like you're missing out. I mean, yeah, you're not with that person 24/7, but at the same time, I feel like it's healthy for relationships because you don't feel like, because once you're apart and in that moment when you're together, it's just like nothing, like it just makes up for it. So it's just like couples shouldn't be together 24/7 because I feel like that's also what helps relationship fail. But us on the other hand, it's just relationships aren't always just easy. You have to actually commit to them in order for them to work. So I feel like that should be like a major that should be a major key, is just talking and actually working things out and not just giving up on each other just because a fling that you want to have in college that's probably not going to last as much as you did in your other relationship that actually meant something. That makes sense.